Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are we doing tonight, Joel, on this Friday the 13th? Very spooky here.
You're right. It is Friday the 13th. I did not realize that until you brought it up. Yeah, I feel fine. Feel actually pretty good after yesterday. I mean, other than the 49ers losing and now I have to sweat my Seahawks to win the division. It's looking very precarious. But other than that, hockey was absolutely phenomenal, as we'll discover when we go through the puck buck bets. But yeah, the games are good. Great games, actually. A lot of good ones. Yeah, so I'm doing pretty well. Ready for the weekend. We got the Army-Navy game Saturday. Massive fucking slate of hockey. Only 2 teams off. So yeah, I'm fantastic. How about you?
Yeah, doing good. Had a good night last night at Puck Bucks and Real Life Bucks. I went to the Flyers game, saw Scott Laughton, the first player this year to score 4 goals in a game. That was cool there. So much needed win there for the Flyers. I mean, Cam Talbot stood on his head there against the Flyers for quite most of that game there, and they were able to come out with the 4-1 wins. Yeah, I'm doing well here. Just how we're getting to the Puck Bucks. There at the top of the show, make sure you guys are subscribed to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. We have a new YouTube comment contest we're going to start today. Any show that we do, any day we do a show for. So for tomorrow, leave a comment guessing if any player will score a hat trick and what player will score a hat trick. And if you are if your player wins, if your player gets a hat trick, you win a $50 SGPN merch store gift card. There's plenty of good stuff in here from the hockey here. You got some mugs, got some t-shirts, got some hats, got plenty of other stuff for the whole family. You got slaying bets, and since we got one leg to go, let it ride. We got Santa over 2.5 hose here. So leave a YouTube comment, not a live chat, with your guess for the player to get a hat trick in that day's games. And if that player gets a hat trick, you will win a $50 SGPN gift card. We will be running this contest until it hits, and then we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll bring it back, but we're going to do that now for the holiday season. Figured a good time to get the merch store going here. So make sure, if you are watching on YouTube, leave a comment. If you're a podcast listener, go ahead on YouTube and leave a comment with your guess for who will have a hat trick on Saturday's 15 games late.
Very exciting.
Very exciting stuff. I know how much you love the kind of prop contest here. You love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what was exciting were our puck buck bets from last night. Let me share this tab here. Get that up there. And Joel, you went 5-3, up 66.62 puck buck. So take it away here.
Sure. Yeah, took a lot of dogs. Felt they were too bigly priced. Away goals once again cashed in. A lot of road dogs here, as we'll see. Flyers -142. They dominated the Red Wings. Like you said, Scott Laughton 4 goals. 2 of them are empty netters. Should mention that, but still not the. What were the odds on him being the first guy with 4 goals in this season? Pretty high. Anyway, that was a nice win over the Red Wings. Always good to see them lose. The next one, the Ducks. Leafs under 6. I thought this was dead. It was like 3-2, like halfway through the game. But thankfully, that was the final score. So the under 6 cashed there. A bit lucky with that one. I'm very lucky, I guess. Though I haven't looked at the box score. Maybe it shouldn't have been 3-2 at that point. But Kings, Devils under 5.5. Another under. This one is a lot more comfortable. Plus money too. Yeah, 3-1 win with the Kings with an empty netter late, or the Devils with the empty netter late. Excuse me. Yeah, both teams playing very good defensively, especially the Kings. Yeah, Devils come out with the win there, much deserved after the loss against the Leafs, where they deserved to win. Next up, the Blackhawks +160 did not win this one. They were on the road against the Islanders. They made it close at the end. They made it competitive, coming back from 3 goals down, but unfortunately the Isles held on to win 5-4. Hey.
Oh, I marked the Sharks wrong there, didn't I? It's the Sharks won. That's
yes, they certainly did.
There you go. Even 6-2 then, up 108 puck bucks for Thursday.
Let's fucking go. Yeah, I mean, no, almost getting into the black, almost. Yeah, Sharks Malinsky specials were 2-0 yesterday with the
betting on trends now, Joel. How dare you? Shame on you.
Inside baseball there. Sharks plus 180 against the Blues. Blues coming back from that highly successful Western Canada road trip. And the Sharks were finishing their own road trip. And yeah, they were winning for most of the game. Comfortable winner there. Celebrini, my guy, 3 points in that one. We'll get into that when we talk about the Sharks game later on. And next up, we got the Knights plus 114. They beat the Jets. Not because of Connor Hellebuyck. He was absolutely brilliant. The Knights were all over the Jets ever since they went down early, but Hellebuyck was outstanding. But he led in the late one, and the Knights won it in overtime with Ivan Barbashev. So this was a good bet overall, even though it took a little bit of luck at the end to get her home. Utah, this was the other Malinsky special with the Avalanche back from the road trip, plus 160. They got a bit lucky with a couple goals themselves, but Vejmelka was excellent. They were very good defensively. Avalanche couldn't really get anything going till late. Nice 4-1 win there for the Yotes. But I also had the over in this one, which did not win, thanks to the efforts of that Utah defense and Vejmelka, who was outstanding again. So excellent day for the boys.
Yeah, it was a good bet. Good bet there by you on Utah on the Malinsky special. And yeah, Utah seems to get all these lucky goals always, and that's how they win. So that's how they stay in games there. For myself, a lot of overlap bets here. I did have the Capitals minus 155 against the Blue Jackets. I believe Jet Greaves started for that one. A 2-1 overtime win there. Kings was a loss. Kings Devils under came through for me. Kings only had 14 shots on goal in that one. Not really sure what happened there against the Devils. Ducks Leafs under 6. That was one of the games I was, check the scores at the game. I was like, 3-2 first period or whatever. Like that's gonna be a loss, but that came through. Habs plus 110. I think that was
thanks to the Penguins. The away goals was not sweaty at all.
Yeah, that was
and the salami over. Penguins 9-2, all overlooked. They kept scoring late. I'm like, yes, keep it going, keep running it up, man.
Yeah, so not good. Not going to bet on the Habs there. Flyers, though, yeah. Scott Lawton, 4 goals, as we said. It's got the slap shot goal in the breakaway. You'll have to see it there. Blackhawks Islanders under 5.5. That did not come through. 5-4 game. Stars on the puck line lost outright at home to Nashville. Even with that Roman Josi, Nashville was able to get it done there in Dallas. Vegas, like you said, had the Sharks, but it did have the Sharks Blues draw as well. That was a 1-goal game. It could have very easily went into overtime. The deciding goal, it was 4-2. So maybe not. But 1-goal game there. And then, total for me, 6-5, up 42.68 puck bucks on Thursday. All right, let's make sure you are downloaded the SGPN app. Get all the good content, picks, pages, and all that good stuff there in one place. Get it wherever you get your apps in your app store. Joel, anything here before we get into our 15-game slate for Saturday, December 14th?
No, let's dive right in.
All right, kicks off here with the Chicago Blackhawks plus 280 at the New Jersey Devils minus 355. Devils on the puck line are minus 130. Over 6 minus 112. Under 6 is minus 108. And that is where I'm looking here. Under 6 at minus 108 in this one. Devils have been playing some good defense as of late. They've gone under in 4 straight games and 7 of their past 10. Blackhawks, thought it was going to be an under game last game. Ended up being a 5-4 game. But prior to that, they hadn't had more than 6 goals in 4 straight there. I believe it should be Markstrom for the Devils. Don't see why it wouldn't be. And then probably Mrazek for the Blackhawks. Not sure if anything's been confirmed there. It is the first half of a back-to-back, so we could get Soderblom here for Chicago. Either way, I like the under 6 here at minus 108. If you have to play a side here, I guess go with the Blackhawks plus 280 and see if they can get something spicy like they did against the Rangers. Devils, haven't really lost to a bad team in a while, so I'm just going to pass on the side and go with the under.
I am going to be pretty heavy on favorites this Saturday. The last couple of shows been taking some dogs, but Saturday looks pretty chalky to me. My line is minus 388 for the Devils. I know the Blackhawks got the new coach, whatever, and he's certainly helped them perform at a higher level, but it's still a much different competition here. Devils are on a roll. Even when they're losing games, they deserve to win them. As I mentioned before, the Leafs won. And yeah, took care of the Kings, no problem. And the Kings were hot too. Like 5-6 games in a row they won, and then New Jersey just shut them the fuck down. So yeah, I'm going to keep riding the Devils here. Give me the -1.5, -130 like that. And I totally agree with you on the under. Nothing more to add there. Not something I bet yet, but it's something I'll keep an eye on. But definitely want the Devils here.
Yeah, something I have to correct here is, going away for 2 weeks. I miss Peter Mrazek is on the IR with a groin injury. So it will be either Arvid Soderblom, who's good numbers this year, 908 save percentage, 2.74 goals against, but only 2-7-1. And seeing Drew Comesso here made one appearance, a relief appearance in the last game. So hopefully we get Soderblom on Saturday. Right, down to 1 p.m. again here, I believe. We are the LA Kings -108 at the New York Rangers -112. Over 5.5 is -115. Under 5.5 is -105. Joel, take this one.
Rangers continue to struggle. Barely beat the Sabres there, but that was a much-needed win to stop the slide. They've only won, 2 games in the last 10, something crazy like that. The Rangers are not playing well ever since, even before the rumors of trading Kreider and Trouba and then actually trading the captain. I don't think that's great for the locker room. They're certainly not playing at a level that they were early in the season or for most of last year. So, yeah, they've been helped out by Shesterkin, who's been excellent, but also a bit inconsistent. He was awesome earlier in the season, but he's not getting a lot of help from his defense, who continue to give up a ton of rush chances. Not something the Kings are really good at, but still, I think the Kings are the side here. I have them as the favorite. So, yeah, you can find a better price here, but as long as they're the underdog, I think it's bettable. Give me the Kings -108, and yeah, a Kings game you can't go over, even though the Rangers are a volatile team in terms of they create a lot of chances, but they give up so many. But the Kings, I would take the under if anything. But once again, I'm just taking a side here. Give me the LA Kings.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on the Kings. I got them +100 earlier. I'm seeing our good friends at MyBookie has -102. You can get +102. There's a +115 at Caesars right now. If you're watching live, I would definitely recommend that here. But yeah, I think the Kings are just the better team. They're in the midst of a long road trip here heading into Christmas. Third game of a 7-game road trip out east for them. They've been, not great on the road so far this season, 7-2. Only had 14 shots last time out, but they have been able to bounce back from recent losses. So I think they'll do that here. And yeah, as you said, Rangers just have not been playing well. I mean, it's basically Shesterkin saves their asses or they lose. So I'll take -108 here as the underdog on the Kings. As for a total, you can only look to the under, but I mean, given the way the Rangers have played a few high-scoring games in their past, 5-10 games here. So not going to play a total and just going to stick with the Kings here at -108. All right, going down again here to the 2 p.m. time slot. We got the Philadelphia Flyers +136 at the Minnesota Wild -162. Over 5.5 is -120. Under 5.5 is +100 here. Flyers have now won back-to-back games against, two bad teams, Columbus and Detroit, but good to see them get back in the win column after 3 straight losses. Wild have now lost 2 of their past 3, including that 7-1 loss at home to Edmonton on Thursday night. They've been, they're banged up. Zuccarello's day-to-day, Brodin's day-to-day. Middleton's out now. I think he blocked a shot or something with a leg injury there. Eriksson Ek is still out there. So Flyers are rolling right now. Could be a good chance to get a win against Minnesota. They did beat them 7-5 back in October in an afternoon game. Last year, 4-3 and 6-2, both wins for the Flyers. So that's why I'm primarily looking at the over 5.5 here at -120. Kind of under teams here, but they are capable of putting up some goals. And if I have to pick a side, I'm going with my Flyers at +136. They are 7-4-3 on the road. Minnesota's only 7-4-1 at home, so can't lay -162 given their recent form and injuries. Flyers here. I'm seeing a +150. I would definitely take that if I had it available to me. But the over 5.5 at -120.
Yeah, going the other way with this one. I know the Wild are banged up and all that, but there's still a superior team here. My line is probably not I have upgraded the Flyers a lot. Maybe not enough considering how well they're playing lately, as you said. But the Wild are still, minus 184 is what I got. I think there's just a significant gap between these teams. So I bet the Wild at home here to bounce back. Especially after getting embarrassed at home against the Edmonton Oilers. There, Gustafsson's worst game of the season by far. I do expect him to want to respond and get the start here, although he has started the last few, so maybe it'll be Fleury, but I think it'll be Gustafsson. Give me the Wild.
Oh, Fleury is confirmed to make his final start against his former rival here.
Okay, well, that makes me like the Wild a little less, and certainly helps me stay away from the under because there is a big gap between Gustafsson and Fleury in net, so I still like the Wild to win the game. Maybe just not as much as if we were going to get Gus, but yeah, just give me the Wild here. We'll stay away from the total. The Flyers do have a lot of things going for them offensively these days.
Yeah. All right. We are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports. You can win up to 1,000 times your entry with Underdog streaks. Underdog is always making it easier to win with profit boosts and gimme pick'ems. NFL, college football, college basketball, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, and more. You can now use specials and boosts on all flexed entries. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And we're brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is a new social sportsbook available in 45 states. Plenty of betting opportunities available on Rebet, and it's easy to use and great for people in states where traditional sportsbooks may be restricted. Download Rebet in the App Store and use promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's Rebet, promo code SGPN.
I thought you wanted to talk about the award stuff.
I do, exactly. Now, before we move on, speaking about the Wild, speaking about the Flyers, a lot of awards favorites there. It's Kaprizov, not Gustafsson's kind of in there. You got John Hines and Jack Adams. You got Michkov for the Calder. So I kind of want to bring up the Wild here because they were surprising early on. Kaprizov right now is the odds-on favorite to win the Hart Trophy here at plus 190. I think that's too low. Gus didn't have a great game last time out. He's still plus 160. Not sure what Hines is at for Jack Adams, but do you see the Wild keeping this up all season long? And if so, which award is most likely?
There's a lot of parallels between the Wild and the Canucks of last year. Both had extremely good starts with a lot of positive PDO stuff going on. Wild, not so much as the Canucks, but it's a surprising team. They're supposed to be kind of like a bubble team, but now they're comfortably in a playoff spot and fighting for the division win. And I don't see a reason to fade them going forward. I think that they've shown enough that they'll be around in the long haul. It's just, Kaprizov is just too short to back right now. I think he's got the biggest gap between himself and the next point scorer on the Wild, which is an important stat when you're looking at Hart stuff. And I don't think that's going to change, especially considering, Zuccarello is out. And even though Zuccarello is playing, there's no way that he's going to match Kaprizov in terms of his point tally. So that's definitely something working in his favor. It's just, plus 190, you just missed the boat. I just wouldn't bet that right now. There's too many good candidates here. McKinnon's having a better season this year than he did last year. It's just the fact that he won it last year that his odds are not a bit shorter, and he's not getting talked about as much. Another 5-point night, not the Utah game, of course, but the one against the Penguins. Like I said before, I think Jack Eichel in the 20s is just the play. I got nothing else to say in terms of the Hart market right now. I think John Hines should be a little shorter in terms of the Jack Adams because I don't think that Spencer Carberry should be a minus money favorite right now. I think that's crazy to just elevate him that much. Tonkin wasn't minus money until February. I don't think Carberry has that kind of separation. So that's a bizarre one to me. Of course, he's definitely one of the favorites. I'm not saying he can't win, but minus money is just a little nutty to me at this point. So I want to look to fade that. And I think that John Hines is a better case than anybody else, although it's, again, a little bit too short at this point. You missed the boat. And there was one more. Yeah, the Gustafsson. Yeah, he took a hit with that 7-1 loss. And Hellebuck having an excellent game against the Knights, even in defeat. So, right now, you can't bet anything in wild related in terms of these award stuff. Like these are crazy prices a while ago, and now they're all fairly priced, even if or even just too short.
Yeah, like looking at the Hart Trophy odds here, completely agree. Kaprizov at plus 190, way too short. Plus 130, some books. Like, I don't even know if I would take him like 3-1 at this point. I know he has that big gulf between him at 43 and then Boldy has 28, so 15 points there. But like you said, McKinnon's having a better season. Kucherov has 44 points, one more than Kaprizov. He could maybe get some extra love for not winning it last year with such a great season. Eichel, love Eichel there, still 22-1. Yeah, Kucherov 11-1, I feel like is a bit long. 7-1 out there still as well. And yeah, you really can't count out McDavid. I think if you get McDavid at plus 275, that's not something you can possibly regret, unless he gets hurt, which you can say about any player in any bet. So, I mean, he's 40 points now in 26 games, definitely trending on the up and up, and we know he can keep it going for 82 plus games there. So that's probably I'd rather bet McDavid than Kaprizov, but yeah, Kucherov and Eichel, sprinkle a bit on those, and hopefully they can keep carrying their team, because while Kucherov has point, I feel like Kucherov is the main guy there with 44 points. Point has 34, so a little bit of a difference there as well down in Tampa Bay. All right, let's go down to the 4 p.m. time slot here. Vegas Golden Knights at the Edmonton Oilers. Game is in Edmonton. Vegas plus 130, Oilers minus 155, over 6 minus 120, under 6 plus 100. Joel, take this one.
Our Knights keep marching on. Like I said, another win against the Winnipeg Jets. Knights are playing excellent right now, and I like this comment in the chat. I missed the podcast where you complain and say 4-letter words. Yeah, we need some more booze in us to get that going again. I'm feeling a little sleepy and not drunk, even on this Friday night. Anyway, yeah, Knights here, they're rolling. They're playing really well. Their underlying stuff is going to get better as the longer that Mark Stone plays games. Like, they're a far better team when he's in the lineup. Just helps the transition game so much. And Aiden Hill is just getting stronger the longer the season is going on. And I know the Oilers are playing really good hockey now. They've won, 3-4 in a row. And the Golden Knights have also done that the same ever since getting embarrassed at home against the Coyotes 6-0. So yeah, give me the Golden Knights here. Plus 130, going to keep backing them. My line is minus 125 for the Oilers. So a little bit of value there. But yeah, and the Golden Knights have historically owned the Oilers. The way they play, they're big defensemen are capable of knocking around the Oilers offense. So as long as they stay out of the penalty box, I think the Golden Knights will take this one. Their power play is also ripping it up this year. Oilers penalty kill is improving, but still, I think the special teams edge isn't quite as significantly in favor of the Oilers as it has been in years past. So yeah, I love the Golden Knights here to make this a competitive game. Give me plus 130. And total over 6 would be my look. Yeah, I mean, the last time they played was a 1-0 game for the Golden Knights, and they totally shut down the Oilers. So that's what makes me scared about betting the over. So I'll leave that alone. Just give me the Golden Knights money line.
Yeah, not too much to add there. They have had 6 goals or fewer in all 4 meetings this calendar year, so definitely would be looking to the under at even money, if anything. Also seeing here, Evan Bouchard is going to be a game-time decision after taking a hit from Ryan Hartman, who apparently Oilers Nation says should be suspended. But if Bouchard's out, I'm not sure what the Oilers are going to do on their defense, or I guess maybe Ekholm or Nurse to go up to the top power play unit. But I mean, even without that, I was shocked to see the Golden Knights here at plus 130. So I'm all over that. Like you said, they're rolling. I keep forgetting there are Golden Knights now. Maybe I'm going to have to put down more on some Golden Knights futures here, because yeah, they're rolling. They're healthy. I imagine they'll have some injuries so they can add at the deadline and then activate on game 1 of the playoffs. And yeah, you said it. They played last week, 10 days ago. 1-0 win there for Vegas at home. They're 8-4-3 on the road, so not too bad on the road. Edmonton only 8-6-1 at home. So yeah, Vegas here plus 130. Definitely going to be the road dog play for me. All right, down to 7 o'clock now. Got the Montreal Canadiens plus 205 at the Winnipeg Jets minus 250. Jets puck line is at plus 105. Under 6 is minus 112. Over 6 is minus 108. This is really a tough game to bet here because, yeah, you want to take the favorite. You want to take the Jets here minus 250. maybe you take them on the puck line at plus 105 while they're still plus money on that. They're 10-3-1 at home. Montreal's 3-8-1 on the road. Montreal coming off a 9-2 loss to Pittsburgh. Last few losses, 4-2, 6-3, 4-3. So, some high-scoring games there. Hellebuck, you said, played well against Vegas, so I imagine he might get the start here against Montreal. Yeah, they're not on a back-to-back on Sunday, so hopefully he'll get the start if you're betting on Winnipeg, which I guess I'm going to have to do here, probably on the puck line at plus 105. They just beat Boston 8-1, one in Chicago 4-2, so they have plenty of wins by margin. So yeah, even money or better on the puck line would be my play here. As for the total, slight look to the over, but not really going to go heavy on that at all.
Right, no arguments there. My line is minus 308 for the Jets, so some room to grow here. Give me the Jets. I could do regulation, also going to be a juicy number, but yeah, I think the minus 1.5 is the way to go. The Canadiens are a tire fire right now. They used to be able to be competitive earlier in the season, but now they're just there's no reason to think that they can realistically keep this close. Of course, it's hockey; it can happen. We play the game for a reason, but the Jets are just a much better team right now. Even after they're kind of turning things around from their slide, even after being outplayed by Golden Knights in the last game. But yeah, I think the Jets roll in this one. Give me the minus 1.5 at plus 105 after a loss. And Canadiens are it's more of a fate of the Canadiens right now. They're just playing horrible hockey. So I'll gladly take any team that are playing them at this point. I can sense a coaching change is inevitable if things don't turn around pretty quickly there in Montreal. And yeah, Canadiens offense isn't what it used to be. They're really struggling, even though they're healthier and they got Patrick Laine back now. It's just it's something's not right there. So under 6, I guess, would be the play correlated with the Jets, so like a 4-1 win, something like that. But yeah, right now only the minus 1.5 is really calling me.
Yeah, I'm seeing Jets regulations minus 170. So for that price, just take the puck line and hope you don't get cucked there.
Yeah, 75 cents there is not worth it.
Yeah. All right, going down to 7 o'clock again here. Got the Buffalo Sabres plus 160 at the Washington Capitals minus 192. Over 6 minus 118. Under 6 minus 102. Joel, back to you.
Man, I upgraded the Capitals again. I downgraded the Sabres again, and I still am only at minus 160 for the Caps here. I don't know. This line is pretty high. I know the Sabres are on a tremendous losing streak themselves, but they're actually being competitive in these games. They're not getting blown out. Most of them, they deserve to win some of them. Like they've blown some multiple goal leads, and they're just getting unlucky at the end of games, or they just don't have a clutch factor. I don't know. They just can't close out these wins. But I don't think that they're Canadiens level here. So I got to take the Sabres here. Just plug your nose and play it. Maybe just wait for a better line. Although I think this line is pretty crazy as it is. I don't know if the Capitals should be this highly favored against the Sabres, who are playing decently, just not getting the results. So I know that there's a friction there over Kevin Adams' comments and all this. The players do not like him saying that nobody wants to play in Buffalo. But still, give me the Sabres plus 160. Just whatever. Plug your nose and bet it. I think that they got a good chance here, I think, to win this game, to turn it around. The Capitals could be taking them lightly. I don't know, because they're not exactly blowing teams out themselves either. They're winning all of these one-score games like they were last year. So, yeah, give me the Sabres here. Under 6. Both teams are playing decently defensively. And the goaltending is there for both teams, relatively speaking, anyway. But, again, the total is not really a strong play. Just give me the Sabres money line.
Yeah, I agree with you on the total not being a strong play, but it would be the way I would look. But I'm going with the Capitals here. I mean, minus 192 it's a bit much. It's a bit much given what you think of the Capitals and their close games recently. But they had 4 days off before last game in Columbus. They came back home, I'm sure, Thursday night. Got back home on Friday now, and Saturday night home game against Buffalo, who is in complete shambles right now. They need something. I can't imagine they're going to fire Lindy Ruff. Maybe they'll trade Dylan Cousins is out there. His name's out there. Maybe they'll trade one of the defensemen now after getting Byram last year. But yeah, I can't back the Sabres here. If they got higher, maybe a better price. But yeah, like you said, plus 160 might be the best you get on them here. So yeah, Capitals 192 is a bit much. Not sure if I can advise people to take that. Regulation minus 125 maybe. I've had a few overtime games recently. Buffalo has also gone to overtime in 3 games during their 8-game losing streak. So maybe Capitals is a parlay piece, minus 192 if you're into that. Or if you're Archer, just, take the minus 192 and be happy with it. All right. We are brought to you by MyBookie. MyBookie has been running on SGPN for years. Check out their new and improved website. Great on mobile. Plus, props for every game in the live dealer casino, even new early cash out options. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And SGPN's proud partner, Rhythm, is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, and props. You can build your own model, copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build your own model for you. You can now track props in the Rhythm app, NFL picks, NFL props, college football. We got bowl season, college basketball, and NBA. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, going down to 7 p.m. again. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs minus 180 at the Detroit Red Wings plus 150. The over is set at 6 with both the over and the under here at minus 110. Joel, got anything for this Leafs game?
Well, it's a Red Wings game, so naturally we're betting against them, as we do every freaking time, and it's been successful for the most part, unless they pull some fluky shit out of their ass. But yeah, this is a game historically where the Leafs kind of slip up, divisional rival on the road as big favorites. Not something they're really comfortable with, but I think this Leafs team are a little different under Craig Berube. I know they're not playing great lately. Barely beat the Ducks, lucky as shit to beat the Devils, and then a couple losses where they were outplayed before that. But the Red Wings are just they're awful. They're bloody awful. I think they're worse than even the record says they are, and they're well outside of playoff spot at the moment. My line is minus 213 for the Leafs. So yeah, the regulation price minus 1.5, something like that. Just expect them to roll here. Could be Joseph Wall, could be Stolarz. Either way, both goalies are playing pretty well right now. And yeah, Leafs minus 180. That's the play for me. Under 6 as well. The way that the Leafs are playing defensively, they're kind of struggling offensively as well, but not like the Red Wings. Red Wings rely utterly on their power play to get anything done, and the Leafs penalty kill is good enough to shut that down. So under 6, but definitely fairly heavy on the Leafs to win this game.
Yeah, completely agree there. This is one of the big favorites I will be betting. Got the Leafs bet in already. I think it was lower than minus 180. I would still take them here at minus 180. I got minus 175, so it is going to be moving in that direction with all those Leafs fans pouring in money on a Saturday night. Big rivalry game here, I guess, in the Atlantic Division. And yeah, Detroit has Ville Husso confirmed to start. He's 0-4-2. The 3.74 goals against and an 870 save percentage. Detroit scored more than 2 goals just once in their past 4 games. That's 6-5 shootout win in Buffalo. And Toronto's playing great defensively, whether it's maybe not great defensively, but great in net with Stolarz and Wall, whoever it is between the pipes. They've only allowed 1 goal, 2 goals, 3-2-1-3 in their last few games here, besides the one in Pittsburgh. So yeah, Toronto only 5-5-2 on the road. I think they start to get some regression there. Take them minus 180. And yeah, both of these teams are under teams. 17 of their 29 games for both sides have gone under. So I am also on the under 6 at minus 110. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 114 at the Ottawa Senators minus 135. Total is at 6.5. The over and the under are both paying off minus 110 here. At the Sens down there in Carolina, up 3-0 here in the final minute. Looks like they're going to get a win against the Hurricanes on the road. Going to have a happy plane ride going back up to Ottawa for this Saturday night game against Pittsburgh. And, the Penguins have been rolling recently. 9-2 win in Montreal, 5-2 win a few days before that against Toronto. Won 6 of their past 8 games, scoring 5+ in 4 or 5 of them. So I'm all over Pittsburgh here at plus 114. I got him before at plus 128. That's still out there at FanDuel. I could see them being favorites by the time the puck drops on this one. Pittsburgh's looks like they found something now, and we've seen with a few of these teams that once they get rolling, unless something bad happens, they're going to keep rolling. And they're healthy now. They're yeah. I mean, this team being healthy with given all their old players is definitely big for them. Ottawa coming off a win in Carolina, going to be a back-to-back. They had a back-to-back last week where they won against Nashville, lost against the Islanders. So yeah, you have that case study there. Going to be Forsberg in net after Allmark started tonight. So even more reason here to take the Penguins as road dogs. And the over 6.5 minus 110.
All right, the Penguinos, I upgraded them quite a bit right alongside the Flyers. I was kind of like late in upgrading the Penguins. I was looking at it like, why do I still have them so low? But that's fixed, and I have them still only, what is it? I have the Senators minus 125 favorites still, but they are on that back-to-back with their inferior goaltender. I don't know. This year, it's kind of mixed. Allmark has not played well, but shutout should help them going forward. But yeah, it's not good situationally for the Senators, and I think the Penguins have some room here to win this game. Fat tail to a nice win. Yeah, Penguins plus 114 I think is still pretty decent. They found something defensively. Their defense still sucks, but it's not. They're getting better goaltending at least, which is masking some of that. So yeah, and the over 6.5 I think would be look as well. Like I said, the offense is good. Defense still sucks. Senators defense is improved over the last couple of years, but still not ideal. And they got their backup goalie in net, so over 6.5. Yeah, I bet the Penguins as well.
Yeah. All right. Down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Anaheim Ducks plus 142 at the Columbus Blue Jackets minus 170. Over 6 is minus 120. Under 6 is plus 100. Joel, what do you got for the Columbus Bull Jacks here?
This is definitely the definition of a pass game for me. I don't know. Yeah, Ducks struggling. How many games lost in a row? They're not playing well. This road trip's pretty brutal for them so far. Early on, I guess. I don't know how long they have left, but this one is not a plus 142 is definitely not enough to back them. And minus 170, I just can't do that. With the Blue Jackets, my line is only minus 148. So this is just a mess for me. I got nothing. The under 6, I guess, would probably get just all in nets. And the Blue Jackets have been playing better defensively lately. The better 5-on-5 play, of course. And yeah, the Ducks still struggle to provide any kind of offense themselves. So the under 6 at even money if I had to bet this game. But I got a lot of better things to do with my life.
Yeah, well, apparently I don't, I guess, because I already bet the Ducks here at plus 142. They're playing some close games recently. Shootout loss in Montreal, 3-2 loss in Toronto there. Dostal and Gibson have both been playing well between the pipes. This is the third game in 4 nights I did not notice for the Ducks here. But last game of a road trip, it looks like, before a few days off. And then they host Winnipeg later next week. But just looks like Columbus has fallen off. And, look at the past 10 games. They have the worst expected goal share in the league. On the season, they're still kind of in the middle of the pack. So that shows how well they were playing in the first 15, 19 games there while they were, surprising people. Still 8-4-2 at home. Played Washington tough, played the Flyers, not as tough as the coming off a road trip, though, can kind of be excused. But until I see something from Columbus, I'm going to fade them here. I think they're a better team than the Ducks, but not by too much. And plus 142 is enough for me to take in a game that I think is probably more or less a coin flip here. So take the Ducks. And if you like the Ducks, it means you like the under 6 at plus 100. Ducks are very much an under team. Blue Jackets are an over team. Jackets only had 1 goal last game. So, betting the Ducks might end up betting the under as well. All right, down to 8 p.m. here. Got the St. Louis Blues plus 195 at the Dallas Stars, minus 238. Stars puck line is plus 110. Under 6 is minus 115. Over 6 is minus 105 here. Stars coming off a 4-1 loss to Nashville, lost 3 of their past 4 games now. So Stars not really playing too well as of late, 5-5 the past 10 games. St. Louis's schedule is weird. They were on the road for 3, went back home, on the road for 4, went back home. Now they're back on the road. So a lot of traveling there for the Blues. I don't think I can take a side in this game. If I had to take a side, it would be the Stars. They're 11-3 at home. So hopefully that home ice advantage coming off a loss at home. Not sure. I can't imagine they've lost back-to-back home games this season. If you want to bet off trends there. But yeah, off a loss, a good team against a bad team. I can't back the Blues. I guess I would look to the under rather than the over, but this is going to be a pass game for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't have anything for this one either. Not a game I've bet at all. My line is right on line with this, minus 217. So that's basically the no big number between plus 195, minus 238. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this one at all. Blues, of course, losing at home pretty comfortably against the Sharks. We can excuse them after coming back from that long road trip in Western Canada, in Seattle. Yeah, Stars bounce back. I don't know, minus 1.5. Just play the plus money on this game, I guess. I don't think it's going to be a divisional game. Maybe the Blues show up. I really have nothing to say about this one. I just hope the Stars win, put the Blues back in the hole, and back where they belong, just outside the playoffs picture. Can't have the Blues making the playoffs. That's what I'm hoping. I'm rooting for the Stars. That's all I got for this one. Total, again, I think it's perfectly priced.
All right, going down to 9 p.m. here. Got the Nashville Predators plus 150 at the Colorado Avalanche minus 180, over 6 minus 112, under 6 minus 108. Joel, what are your Avs going to do?
Well, again, they had a bad situation in the last game. Tough game against the Coyotes where they struggled to generate anything offensively, but Predators are going to do the same thing. They're going to frustrate the Avalanche. Historically, they've been pretty good against them defensively, getting some good goaltending as well. It's just minus 180 is just too big of a price to pay, even to rebound against a tough loss at home. The Avalanche haven't been the historically dominant home team that they were in years past. Like they only lost like 9 games at home last year, and they've already lost 8 this year. So the home ice advantage isn't working for the Avs so far. But they are playing better now that Nichushkin's back in the lineup, and we could get Blackwood his first game here. I know he was feeling ill earlier. He was backing up Wedgwood in the last one, so I expect him to be all right for this one. And that's not something I'm excited about because the guy was just sick. He's playing for a new team, new system. So if anything, I would take the Predators here plus 150. But again, this is another one in a string of games that I have not bet. So. Over 6, I guess it's an Avalanche game, but it's a Predators game too. they still struggle to score, playing good defensively. So again, this is 3 pass games in a row. I don't like it, but what can I do? What can we do?
Yeah, this is I don't have any bets on this game. I guess Nashville 3-9-4 on the road, Colorado 7-8 at home. Like there's nothing really to go for there. I can't bet on the Preds at home or on the road. So if I had to, it would be the Avs. Maybe wait to see what the goalie matchup is. Could get a Wedgwood versus Anderson game here, a double revenge game if both coaches are up for it. But more likely Saros against Blackwood, in which case I might end up taking the under 6 at minus 108. Nashville has been an under team. Avs were an over team, but that was due to their goaltending, and Blackwood has been solid for the Sharks. But we do have to keep in mind what you said you heard about Blackwood and his like high danger chances or whatnot. So maybe wait to see how he does his first few games in Colorado. So yeah, all's that to say, another pass game from both of us here.
Yeah, well, you can't just say high danger chances or whatnot. You got to explain it. Basically, the idea is that in San Jose, in New Jersey, he was taking a lot of high volume stuff, a lot of low danger shots, which helps build your confidence because it's easier to stop a high danger chance after facing a lot of low danger chances. But in Colorado, you're just going to be facing more high danger chances, a lot fewer low danger chances. So he's going to have to be mentally sharp throughout the game. He's not going to get these softies thrown at him all the time like he would behind a bad defense like the old Devils and the San Jose Sharks. So that was what I meant with that.
Yeah, I just assume all of our listeners listen to every single podcast.
Of course.
Yeah,
my bad. I'm being
redundant. Already heard that. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. My bad.
All right, down to 10 p.m. here. Got the Florida Panthers minus 192 at the Calgary Flames plus 160. Panthers on the puck line are plus 140. Over 6 minus 112. Under 6 is minus 108. I want to say I took the Panthers here, but I don't know if I could get up to this number. It looks like I haven't bet on this game yet. Panthers coming off a tough 4-0 loss in Vancouver. They haven't really lost many back-to-back games this season. Calgary, not sure who's going to be starting for them. Vladar came back, started last game, gave up 8 goals. Wolf's only started once in a while in his past few games, gave up 6 goals in his last outing here. So if anything here, you got to go with the Panthers. But, I mean, we've been burned by the Flames one too many times, and minus 192 is a bit rich for me. So maybe Panthers puck line are plus 140. Their last 5 wins have been by 2+ goals besides their shootout win. So yeah, Panthers puck line plus 140 would be how I would bet this game.
I'm sorry. I mean, there's 4 games in a row. Like, what are you doing with the order here? It's just I got nothing here. My line is minus 174 for the Panthers. Did not like what I saw out of them against the Canucks. We'll get into that, but in a little bit. But yeah, they were totally shut down by Vancouver. Panthers pretty healthy, I guess. The Flames goaltending is falling apart as we anticipated. The Dustin Wolf campaign for Calder did not last more than a week. But yeah, this game is not something I'm really interested in. It's just like the Flames, I think, could respond after that getting embarrassed at home. So yeah, Hockey Night in Canada game late at night, plus 160 is kind of calling me. I just can't do the Panthers right now on the road here because they weren't actually great against Seattle either in that overtime win. So I just can't trust them as big favorites right now. So plus 160 or nothing for me with the Flames, and the total kind of like the over 6. Goaltending still not there for the Panthers. They're letting in a lot of chances, but they still have a potent offense. And the Flames, they've been really up and down in terms of how they've been playing defensively. So yeah, the over 6, I guess, if you had to play this game.
Yeah, one more thing here. Jared's not here, but I'll give out a prop pick in lieu of him here. Matthew Chuck assist or point something here. He had a few good games in a row. No points in his past 2 games here, but going back to Calgary, he's going to be fired up and get something done here. So yeah, Panthers on the puck line parlayed with Kachuk point there. All right, down to 10 p.m. again here. I got the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 135 at the Seattle Kraken, plus 114. Over 6 is at minus 120, with the under 6 at plus 100 here. Yeah, another game here. I'm not too confident on either side. Lightning, have been up and down this season, coming off an 8-3 win in Calgary, but we just talked about it. The Flames haven't been great. They did win in Vancouver against San Jose, lost in Edmonton. So kind of what you expect there. Seattle has also been up and down, alternating wins and losses in their past 5. They're 5-4-1 in their past 10. Both of these teams are 5-4-1 in their past 10 here. So yeah, not really anything too much I like here for another game. Maybe the under 6 at plus 100 if we get Vasilevsky versus Decord. Vasi's allowed 3-2-2-1 in his past 4. Decord's allowed 1-2 in his past 4. So yeah, under 6 plus 100, provided that it's both starters, which I assume it should be.
Well, what can I tell you? My line is minus 125, right between the 2 numbers here. It's tough to bet this one as well. I know Lightning looked really good against the Flames, and the Flames are giving all kinds of chances to them. The Lightning have a kind of successful road trip. Even that game against the Oilers, they were very competitive, made that one a tight affair. And, of course, they were the better team against the Canucks, too, on Sunday. And the Kraken, just coming off a nice dominant win against the Bruins. But the Bruins, outshot them. Didn't really generate much offensively. But the Kraken were kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't say lucky, but they're lucky the Bruins just can't put the puck in the net, I guess. I think the late at night plus 114 Seattle Crack. I'm sorry, boys. I 5 games in a row. I bet none of these. And I bet like almost every other game. So it's just the string of ones here. The total seems about right to me too. Like the Lightning are playing better defensively. Kraken have been more offensive than they were, of course, under Dave Hackstall, but it's priced appropriately at juicy over 6. So once again, I'm just gonna have to pass.
Yeah. All right, going down to 10 p.m. again here. Got the Utah Coyotes minus 180 at the San Jose Sharks plus 150. Coyotes puck line are plus 145, over 6 at minus 112, under 6 at minus 108 here. Utah's playing well recently, 1-4-1 in Colorado. They've won 3 of their past 4-game point streak, won 4 of their past 6, won 5 of their past 8 here. So, trending on the up and up. But, oh boy, San Jose coming home from a 6-game road trip in St. Louis. They got a win on Thursday night here. So that's the Malinsky special here. But I don't know if I can take Utah at minus 180, even given their recent wins here. I did like the Sharks until I realized the situation here. So this might have to be another pass game for myself. Looking at the total here, let me see if there's any goaltending news for this one. Could be getting Georgiev here. I don't think he's started yet for San Jose. No, he started against the Blues, got a win. Vejmelka is going to be the starter for Utah, most likely. He had a good game against Colorado based off the box score. So I guess maybe the under 6, if anything, or, maybe just now's the time to get in on Celebrini for Calder. I think he's minus 175 out there. Oh, completely forgot to mention. Did you see Michkov tried for the Michigan last night and nearly got it? Cam Talbot just got over in time. And then today at practice, Tortorella was like, I admit defeat on the Michigan attempt. I've lost the battle. Like, he's going to do what he's going to do. Earlier in the year, there were turnovers. I talked to him about it, and he hadn't tried it in a while. But I mean, last night he was really close. So yeah, Michkov is definitely flashier, but as you've said, Celebrini seems to be the more complete player.
You know what these two teams have in common? They were both on the positive side of the Malinsky special in their last game, with the Coyotes playing the Avalanche and the Sharks playing the Blues. Now they play each other. I thought that was kind of funny. But now, of course, we got to back the hockey club. Minus 180, though, is one of the worst prices in the market. You can find a lot better out there, at least 15 cents better. So, yeah, that's what I bet. I think that they're playing well. I've upgraded them a lot in the last week. I had them way too low earlier on. That's why I had the wildest crazy favorites, and they closed as plus 102 dogs the other day. And thankfully, they pulled out the win anyway. Yeah, my line is minus 168 for the Coyotes here. I think that the situation just begs them to be bet here. So love the hockey club. And yeah, you mentioned Celebrini. Bet him yet again. So I'm really heavy on Celebrini. He had 3 points. Mishkov had nothing. Yeah, he tried the Michigan, but he didn't score it. So Celebrini had 3 points, and the line barely moved. When Mishkov scored 3 points, the line went from pick'em to minus 200, minus 250. So I don't understand why the line hardly moved, hardly budged. So I had to take more Celebrini, and I'm going to keep doing that as long as he's the dog area, because nobody's talking about Michkov in terms of the call. Everyone's talking about Celebrini right now. Why isn't he on the Canadian hockey team? Why wasn't he selected? So that's the kind of narrative that's going right now, and I'm going to keep riding that until it manifests into him being the favorite. And then maybe I'll take some Michkov, which I think will happen eventually, or rather sooner than later, I think, if things keep going as it is or as they are right now. So yeah, hockey club for sure. Celebrini for Calder, and the over 6 I think would be a decent look as well, considering you said the hockey club getting lucky with these goals. I think they're getting unlucky in terms of their shooting percentage. They're generating a lot of chances, they're just not bearing a lot of them. And then they're getting some fortunate goaltending from Vejmelka and the like. And the Sharks are just a fun team in general. So yeah, the over 6 I think would be a good look as well, but definitely heavy on the Coyotes here to win this game. But please don't pay minus 180 when you can get minus 165 very readily available.
Yeah. All right. Going down to the final game on the docket. No 10:30 games. You got a 10 o'clock game. Got the Boston Bruins plus 120 at the Vancouver Canucks minus 142. Over 5.5 minus 115. Under 5.5 minus 105. Joel, close it out here.
I should say, though, the early bird gets the worm with the hockey club. They open as minus 140 this morning. Before I could click it, it moved. So I only got, a little bit worse. But anyway, yeah, Canucks they played the best game of the season against the Panthers. Just totally shut them down, the defending Stanley Cup champions. The Panthers didn't play terribly. Just the Canucks were really motivated. They got JT Miller back. They got the chance going. Man, this city loves JT Miller, and he embodies the Canucks fan base in general. They were even chanting his name at the fucking WWE event a week ago. He didn't even know about it either until yesterday. But yeah, Canucks here. I love this. Again, the line that's moved rather significantly, but even still, minus 142. The way the Bruins are playing, plus 120 is not nearly enough to back them. Even though they're, if you figure they'll respond eventually, but their offense is just so bad. They're so slow. Like even when they're getting shots, generated shots, they're not really high quality chances, and they don't have scorers. Like Pasternak is having a down year so far. Marchand, like their only goal against the Hockey Club was a Marchand breakaway or a penalty shot. They just don't look dangerous at all. And I think the Canucks are very good at limiting danger in general, defensively. So the under 5.5, I like that quite a bit as well, but definitely want to back the Canucks here as still fairly cheap home favorites. I just think they got room to improve here, and then they got some momentum building, whereas Bruins are going the opposite direction. They won a few games when they got the new coach Bounce, but against some pretty bad teams too, and they got fucking shown up in Winnipeg, and then they didn't have much going either in Seattle. You'd figure that they'd respond. I did bet the Bruins in that game against Seattle. That was because I expected them to respond, but didn't see the response, so I don't think they're going to be able to do anything here. So give me the Canucks, give me the under.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Not too much to add here. I am seeing Elias Lindholm suffered a upper body injury last game, so maybe he might join Hampus Lindholm on the shelf for the Bruins for this one. How's the Canucks defense been looking without Hronik? Is got Myers up there on the top pair?
Well, it's looking pretty bad. Like whenever Quinn Hughes isn't on the ice, it's pathetic. But thankfully, he plays like fucking out of the game. But like I said, they were excellent against the Panthers. Mark Friedman has come up and played some solid minutes. But a lot of the guys, they just don't have it. Like Desjardins, that's been a failed experiment. Getting him from Edmonton, looking like management are trying to move him. But yeah, I know it's just the Quinn Hughes show. Whenever he's not on the ice, watch out.
Yeah, Quinn Hughes for Norris. It's still around 2-1, I believe. Plus 180, plus 145. It's coming down there. So make sure you listen to the Hockey Gamma podcast to get on board before the odds move. But for this one, you mentioned the Bruins don't have much scoring, and I saw a tweet earlier that Matt Patra is on a 5-game goal streak in the AHL. Like, call him up. Bruins need centers. Like, if he's playing well enough down there, he played well enough last year to stay up from juniors. So give him another chance if they need some scoring. Here Vancouver. Looking at their underlying metrics, last 10 games, they have one of the worst expected goal share in the league, but that's without JT Miller. That's without, on the road. They're coming back home now, where Vancouver coming off a 4-0 win against Florida. I like them here at minus 142. You can still get minus 135, minus 130 out there if you shop around. So I like that even better. But yeah, Vancouver minus 142. And then I will take the under if I had to, but just going to play the side here. All right, that is the 15-game slate on Saturday, December 14th. Anything else before we get into our puck bucks here?
If Jared were here, it'd still be on the Habs Jets game. Sure.
He's been a great addition to the show, but he has a lot of good information. I mean, we probably wouldn't have had 4 past games at the very least, though. So I'm hoping he's back. He's back next week. I believe he returned from his trip yesterday, so hopefully he's all settled in and can return next week to get a 3-man show going here. But we still went over an hour on 15 games, so not too short. All right, then let's get into the puck buck bets. I was keeping track of mine as we went along, so I will run through my my big card here for the 15-game slate before we get to you. I'm going with the Blackhawks Devils under 6 at minus 108 for 21 puck bucks. Kings minus 108 for 21 puck bucks. Flyers Wild over 5.5 minus 120 for 24. Golden Knights plus 130 for 20. Jets puck line plus 105 for 20. Leafs minus 180 for 36. Leafs Wings under 6 for minus 110 for 22. Penguins plus 114 for 25. Penguins Sens over 6.5 minus 110 for 22. Ducks plus 142 for 15. Panthers puck line 140 for 15. And Canucks minus 142 for 30 there.
We're going to keep it simple and just use 20 puck bucks. Fuck bankroll management for all these, unless I mention otherwise. Okay, let's go. Right. Kings minus 108. Let's go Devils minus 130 on the minus 1.5. Let's go Knights plus 130. Let's go Knights. Skip. Leafs. Oh, that's an ugly price.
Yeah.
I'm going to find the regulation. But in the meantime, give me my under 6 -1. 10. I'm just going to use the book that's most available to me. So it's not too laborious to find this. -104. Regulation Leafs.
Regulation? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
It might be a little higher at DraftKings, but close enough. Let's go.
Oh, -105 at DraftKings. Yeah, right there.
Perfect.
That's a good bet.
Yeah, Penguins +114. Vancouver, give me 25 bucks, -142. And let's go with the 35 bucks. Coyotes -180. Terrible price, but whatever. I think they just win. Give me the over 6 in that game as well. 25 bucks. That's it.
All right, that's our puck buck bets for Saturday. You can go to the about hour mark in the YouTube video to see them. And while you're there, make sure you leave a comment on who you think is going to score a hat trick on Saturday. If that player does get a hat trick, you will win a $50 SGPN gift card. We'll run this contest until someone hits, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So make sure you get in the YouTube comments. Leave a comment with the player that is going to you think is going to score a hat trick. If there's duplicates, the tie goes to whoever commented first. So make sure you look at the comments before you pick your player. Why not subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube while you are there? Also subscribe on Spotify and Apple. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord, and follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. All right. Anything else before we close it out?
No, we are good.
All right. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Martin. You'll find me recommending a fading of Dilly once again. Catfish Dilly. Give me the over in the Navy versus Army game. Over 39.5 points. I think both offenses are showing a lot more than they have in years past. Obviously the Service Academy games have historically gone under, but the books have caught on to that and reduced the total. But this year, the Army offense, I think, will open things up. So give me the over. Give me 40+ points in the Army-Navy game.
All right.